What up, man? I remember about this time last year, I was doing some nonprofit work, man, and my homegirl, she had came pick me up and shit, and she was shooting dope and smoking crack and shit. I was smoking crack at the time, but I wasn't shooting dope at the time and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up pulling in this place. You know what I'm saying? We ended up having sex and shit. You know what I'm saying? While her homegirl in the front seat, you know what I'm saying? I think she stepped out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? She ended up stepping out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But, well, before we started having sex and shit, we was getting high, smoking crack. You know what I'm saying? She was doing dope and shit. You know? And I'm clean now. This one of my stories, you know? I'm going to tell personal stories. So, her name started with an S and stuff, you know? So, we getting high and stuff and everything. So I tell her where to go, you know, so we could do our thing. Cause I turned into a horny motherfucker when I smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? I'm already horny as hell, just naturally, you know. So you put some dope on top of it, man, I turned into a fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? So we go park somewhere, and you know, I take off my clothes and shit, you know what I'm saying? She take off her clothes, man. We get in the back seat, man. You know, we doing that thing and stuff, you know. And when I smoke crack, man, I talk crazy as hell. I get freaky as hell and shit, you know. I don't use condoms, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling what, you know what I'm saying? I take a lot of risks, you know what I'm saying? Not no telling what the fuck she got, you know, and she a cute girl, you know, so you know she out here fucking other people, you know what I'm saying? That's just the risk we take, you know, when we get high, man. So yeah, man, we having sex with no condom and everything. And you know, I'm like, damn, baby, I want you to have my baby, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to come all up in that pussy, you know? I talk freaky as hell. You gonna let me come up in that pussy? Yeah, baby. Yeah. I want you to come all in me, baby. Yeah, you know. So, you know, that's the type of time I be on, man. You know, on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of my stories. I ain't glorifying this shit. It's just one of my stories for YouTube, man. You know, so, you know, I want people to say if they can relate, not relate. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to go ahead and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Comment, you know what I'm saying? Share this page, you know, share my channel, subscribe to my channel. Cause it's gonna be a lot of stories, you know what I'm saying? A lot of personal stories that I know a lot of people can relate to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell some D-boy stories, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell some sobriety stories, I'm gonna tell all type of stories, you know? So, we having sex and everything, man. And I'm about to come and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, baby, I'm about to come. You want this? You know, she like, yeah, daddy. You know, I'm like, when I'm coming, I want you to grind on this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I want you to take all this shit, you know? So I'm coming, you know what I'm saying? She grinding on me and shit, you know what I'm saying? I bust all up in her, you know what I'm saying? So we get through there, you know what I'm saying? We do our thing, you know, we done, put our clothes back on, man. She about to drop me off. So she pulled up in Burger King on Michigan Ave in Ypsilanti. A lot of people might not know where that is, might not be from Michigan, you know, but we pull up in Burger King, man, in a fast food joint, you know, and she shoots some dope. You know, well, no, she called one of her dope boys up there, you know, he met her up there, she got some more dope, and she ended up shooting some dope, man, you know, and she just blacked, and I ain't gonna say blacked out, but she just went out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm slapping her, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never let nobody overdose on me, you know? Out of everybody that overdosed on me, nobody died on me, you know what I'm saying? I never left nobody. I waited till the ambulance got there and everything, man. I never left nobody, because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I'm thinking she overdosed, you know, and slapping her and shit, you know. I'm telling her friend, you know, get some Narcan. Damn, here come my peoples and shit. I'm gonna finish this story in a minute. So I called the ambulance and stuff, man. I ended up calling the well, her friend found some Narcan. Her friend gave her some Narcan and stuff, you know. She still ain't coming back, you know. So I'm like, fuck that. I called the ambulance and shit, you know what I'm saying? So right when the ambulance ended up pulling up, she ended up coming too, you know what I'm saying? And I told her, and she got warrants and shit, and I ain't know, and we in the stolen car, you know what I'm saying? So she ended up waking up running and shit, you know what I'm saying? So the ambulance come, they're like, where'd she go? You know, the way she ran, I sent them the opposite way, you know? And shit, you know, the police and everything came and shit, they go looking for her and stuff, man. And, yeah, you know, they go looking for her, so me and her friend were just sitting in the parking lot and shit, you know? And I was sitting down waiting, being compliant and shit, you know, I ain't snitching or nothing, but I ain't about to let the girl die either, you know? But I sent them the opposite way. I don't know if I think they ended up finding her, you know, because she ended up blocking me on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? She's like, you called the police something. Well, bitch, I ain't about to let you die, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you know? But yeah, that's just one of my stories, man. Just one of my using stories, man. When we using, we put ourselves in harm's way, you know? And, but yeah, man, go ahead and, you know, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and like and share it, comment, you know what I'm saying? Peace.